So what's going on?
Thankfully we brought a cooler. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Pickens Party of 5. Today we're going to teach you and learn at the same time how to replace the fuse in the Furrion fridge. So this first part of the video is going to go into the details about this whole Furrion 12-volt fridge and the fuse situation, and then the last part of the video we're actually going to show you how to pull the fridge out, where to locate it, and then a couple other troubleshooting things you can do to make sure that it is actually the fuse that is the problem. I just want to give you an update because I have been talking with Grand Design as well as Furrion about what the issue is with this fuse, why this is happening, and I have answers. So this is the deal. Furrion is well aware of the situation with the fuse. Furrion told me that if we replace the fuse ourselves, we're voiding our warranty. Grand Design said, no, that's not happening. Grand Design told them, hey, we need to figure something out. You cannot have this fuse on fridges, break and nobody be able to find these fuses. You guys, these fuses are like liquid gold. You can't find them anywhere. Amazon, maybe. It's a very strange size. So I will put a link down below that will work. You may want to have some in stock, but instead, this is what I would recommend. Grand Design and Furrion have come to an agreement where Furrion has a conversion kit where they will put, instead of, right now it's like one of those glass fuses or something like that, they are changing it to a bladed fuse. So a typical fuse that you could find easily somewhere else, at an auto parts store, Walmart, whatever. And I know a lot of you are probably the same situation as us. The dealerships take months to get you in. So I'm working with my dealership and Grand Design. Grand Design is going to reimburse me for the fuses, or the fuse that I have to buy. I'm buying multiple just in case, because he said that it's going to probably keep happening. You're going to keep blowing your fuses until you get this conversion kit. It's not an official recall or anything that I'm aware of, but they are aware of the situation. So if you have the 12-volt fridge, my advice is to call your dealership or a dealership nearby to get an appointment scheduled to have this conversion done. From my understanding from Grand Design side, once this is done, you shouldn't have this issue as much, but if you do, at least it's a fuse that you can get a hold of. But if you have a Transcend 2021 with a 12-volt fridge, not the propane, call your dealership, ask them about the conversion kit with Furrion. Get that converted, guys. Telling you, you can't find this fuse anywhere. So hopefully this clears things up. There's Maya peeking. Clears things up with the whole fridge situation. I hope you guys don't have to go through it, because it is a huge inconvenience. The fuse is not located in a proper spot. And I did bring that to Grand Design's attention. They said, yes, we are aware. And they do that because of the electrical box. The fridge isn't made to have it towards the front where you can access it easier. But I do believe that there will be changes in the future because they are very aware of our comments. So just keep, the ideas coming to Grand Design, and it will better itself in the future. Let's get to the video of how to locate the fuse, make sure it's a fuse, and how to replace that thing. My daughter woke up this morning to get milk for cereal, and she's like, Mom, the light's not on the refrigerator. And we both kind of went, oh, man.
It's been 1 week since we did our solar power video.
Yeah, not even a full week. I think it's been less than a week.
Got the manual out. Unfortunately, we left all of our tools at home. So all we have is
a drill. And we always have tools with us. Just not this weekend because we were sick and we're only like an hour from home.
Right.
And it was just like, we're going to go lay in the bed in the camper instead of at home. At least the kids can run around, get some fresh air. So that has backfired on us. So always bring your tools.
All right. So we have a little bit of troubleshooting to do. We'll walk through that. Four screws. We took everything out of the refrigerator that could spoil, I believe. So now we're left with...
Except the cheese. There's a big thing of cheese right there.
We gotta put that in the cooler.
Yeah. Gotta save the Costco cheese. Hey, Kyla, or Maya, can you guys put this in the cooler? We forgot. Ready? Look, they're just out here relaxing, enjoying themselves, playing with the dog.
Sorry, Dusty. Alright, let's see what's in here. Maybe I'll shine my flashlight. Ooh, nothing's in here.
Nothing?
No, just looks like some sort of...
vent or something?
So there's 4 more screws down here. Also, I should probably share... Whoa. Let's close this to keep whatever hole there we have. Alright, so... I'm just going to read this. This is the manual for...
You should have got this. Yeah, you should have got this with all of your other booklets and manuals. It was in a Grand Design bag, like... I think it's outside.
Yeah. But anyway, what we want to look at here is battery maintenance. This could be our problem. The refrigerator has an automatic shut-off switch should the voltage drop below 9.6 volt. So, that's at the terminal connection, which has to be on the back, right? The other thing here, troubleshooting. I always dislike this kind of troubleshooting. So, if your refrigerator does not work, the circuit breaker is tripped or fuse blown, which we're going to test that now. The unit temperature control dial is set to off. And the last thing is the battery voltage may be out of operating range. Check battery voltage for 10.5 volt under load.
We checked this. Full power. So
I also went out to the solar controller and it seems to be fine. So it's charging the battery. I disconnected it from the battery to where it just be on what I think they call it float. And that's fine. So solar battery connection.
It's all good.
Looks all good.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of hope that I can just pull it out.
And then me hold it or something?
And twist it.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is heavy.
You don't have to lift it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now.
So what should I hold it by? The bottom?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna need to go to your side because we have this drawer thing on the dining area.
Okay, are you lifting?
Trying, yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. At least get it enough too. Yeah, you should have enough room now.
So this must be the terminal connection where you can test if you're getting 9.6 volt. If you're not getting 9.6 volt or higher, the refrigerator will automatically shut off. I don't see a fuse here, so let's take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screws and see if we can't find a fuse. So somebody commented in a prior video that I needed to buy a drill. I have one. I think that was the day I forgot it. I don't know if there's a fuse inside of here or if that's just some sort of connection that I'm not familiar with. It does twist. Ah, fuse. So yeah, so here's our fuse. I don't know if you can see it. Going to attempt to test the terminal here. And what it says, if I'm talking loud enough, is that the current, it should be 10.5 minimum, 15 amp maximum. Okay, so we're at 14.3, which is way over the minimum shut off. All right, so we're gonna test the battery and see what the battery looks like here.
We'll put the link to this multimeter in the description if you need one.
So 14.3. All right, so all roads lead back to the fuse. So what we're gonna do now is check to see if we have continuity in the fuse itself. Because, as you'll see, if it will focus properly, the fuse looks okay. However, when we spin it, there's a little bit of brown. Almost looks like it got too hot. But the fuse itself isn't blown from what I can tell. So anyway, we got this new tool. Let's test it. This should beep like this. if it completes a circuit. And we've got nothing. Nada. The trouble is, this fuse, I have gone to multiple stores all around. We're in Wildwood, Florida, near the Villages, and cannot find this fuse anywhere. Just one last test that I thought was interesting. .7 volts. So what that tells me is it's completing a circuit, so the fuse holder itself is not bad. Alright, so I think we're at a loss right now with the refrigerator, and have to chalk it up as not being usable on this trip. I could buy a new fuse holder that fits a more standard size fuse that's readily available. I saw them everywhere, 15 amp fuses, but I really don't want to cut into the wiring on this thing. I also think that it would be wonderful if this fuse holder had a longer wire. It could be pushed down here. This is what I believe to be the exit path for the recycled air. Why not move that down here to the front of the fridge so we can actually easily access it without having to do all of this deconstruction? I mean, that's not an easy task. I mean, it's not hard, but, you know, who wants to do that to their brand new camper? Anyway, so I think we're going to use a cooler the rest of this trip, and we will, you know, have to order the fuse probably on Amazon because I'm having a hard time finding it.
Hey, Furrion! Relocate your fuse! This is stupid! Oh my gosh!
Oh gosh. We need to straighten the trim spots.
Yeah, sure. Mine also see what you're doing.
See, sleepy.
Wowza. There has got to be a way that they could make that there or something.
There?
Yeah,
for
like total inconvenience.